Alright, so this is part 2 of day 2. And I left off at the Eiffel Tower and cooking and the retirement portion. So I'm leading off now at 6:45 that night. So she says that's true. I often cook from home because it feels like a blessing to be able to cook at different times for my husband every day in our future life. Heart emoji, 2 of them, you guys. Ordinary ingredients will become extraordinary because of your serious treatment. They will always reward you with a temperature and flavor. This is cooking. If we cook together, you will be responsible for washing dishes and tidying up the kitchen. 3 laughing emojis. There's emojis in everything, and I'm not going to tell every one of them. But as for the market analysis, I would like to know nothing about it without the help. I would know nothing about it without the help of my aunt and her data analysis team. In recent years, my aunt has indeed helped me a lot in work, life, and investments. 100, 102 HUDs. Still coming. Here's more. 2 more after that. Facts have proved that the returns are getting more and more each year, and the wealth and knowledge learned is also increasing. You made the right choice. Many simply store funds in banks that serve no purpose. Then she responds to the Eiffel Tower comment. That is a romantic place in France, always filled with a romantic atmosphere, especially under the glow of the night. Moreover, many couples go there for dates at night to experience the romantic kiss of the Eiffel Tower. 3 little emojis on that one, too. So I said about the cooking, I'm like, haha, deal. I can handle the dishes and cleanup if you're cooking those daily masterpieces for me. Sounds like the perfect team. I like to keep the kitchen tidy as I cook, and I don't mind doing dishes. Ordinary ingredients turning extraordinary? That's exactly how I feel about this whole conversation with you. Your aunt sounds amazing, smart, and family runs in the genes, clearly. Would love to absorb that knowledge. So we're also getting the future faking already here, you guys, with the data analysis team and investments and retirement. So future faking with the Eiffel Tower, with cooking together, with me doing the dishes, just leading you along slowly down that path of destruction. All right, so she responds, totally, that's the kind of teamwork I want. Little things, big things, we're in it together, and I loved your ordinary ingredients. Simple but not ordinary. That's the best kind of romance. My aunt has no children of her own, so she has always treated me as her child. Under her guidance, I have learned a lot and grown significantly, for which I have always been grateful. The reason I have achieved success in passive income is that my aunt is financially a professional who has worked in several internationally renowned financial institutions, including the famous Citibank. She's also a very close partner with the Citibank CEO Jane Fraser, and is also a former member of the Soros team. The Soros team, you guys. Having created some brilliant achievements alongside Jim Rogers, she holds certificates such as a registered investment advisor and a chartered financial analyst. Now she has her own team of professional analysts with 3 cool emojis. I mean, is that not a red flag? But it's like you don't know for sure. I mean, it's a big world out there, and yeah, looking back in hindsight, but you get sucked into all this conversation of hours and hours, and here we go. So I responded, wow, you're going to make a solemn promise. Or no, she responds that. Because I sent her a picture of this, I don't know, something I had about being sincere and whatever, romantic. So she said, wow, you're going to make me a solemn promise. You really are very, very sincere and a romantic knight. Yes, we have known each other for 2 days, but it feels as if we've been friends for years, talking about everything. The feeling of opening up one's heart is truly wonderful. It allows one to forget everything outside and ignore the present. And being immersed in this chat indeed makes me feel excited and happy. Okay, I'm going to pause it. All right, then I say actions over words. I'll show you with my actions. Regarding your aunt, that's very impressive how fortunate you are to be entangled in that knowledge and opportunity. You did not squander any of it. I can see, then she replies, I can see certain qualities in you, and there is an existence where we resonate with each other and share common goals. Yes, I was fortunate enough to seize opportunities and have achieved some success in investment, so I'm planning to retire early in 3 to 5 years and enjoy the pleasures of life, accompany my family and beloved partner, and leave our footprints all over the world. More future faking. I wasn't buying into that though. I mean, her money is her money. And I don't know. I was just kind of probing too, you know? So I said, "You're seriously going to make me break my own rule about not getting to know someone this well over text. But with you, it feels so good not to stop. I resonate as well. We are aligned. You have a beautiful future and outlook planned." That was one of my rules going into this. No texting constantly. And what did I do? I got sucked up in it. But everything was so good that I spent 5 hours the first night and the second night too. We'll see as the time goes on, but it was a lot of time. So she said, "Yes, life is always about trying new things, just like the first time you use WhatsApp. It's enough to prove, and it brings a different feeling. And more importantly, it ensures this connection won't be lost, you guys. It won't be lost. It's out there in the ethers, all my information and pictures and everything." So she sent a picture. She's like, "Do you know who is taking that photo with me? Although my expression is a bit serious." I said, "I have no idea who's taking the photo." Then she commented back, "I like to plan for the future and then follow a goal to achievement. I believe that with firm conviction and a solid background, I can do this with more of an advantage than others." And I said, switching to WhatsApp was definitely worth it. This connection feels too good to risk losing. That's what I said to her. What a simp. And that photo is stunning. The view, the company, everything makes me see a piece of your world. Thanks for sharing and opening up. So she commented back about the photo thing. She's like, "I love your banter and humor." Then she said, "This bond was indeed built by us together. Of course it's precious, and it can be well preserved and serve as a beautiful memory. I believe you have also done things worth sharing. The reason I'm doing this is simple. My display is just to let you understand every part of me better." And then you got the heart emojis and all that. And then she said something about this girl from Citibank, and the next one next to her is her aunt, and then her. So who are these people in these pictures? Are these pictures even real? I can't show you them. I'd have to blur them out or something. But I don't know, you guys. So I said, "I think my journey to healing could be me traveling all over the place. I put my focus and intention on making it successful, and I will. I have the charisma, humor, and vulnerability to relate to people. I'll draw them in. It's meant to be." Some very powerful, influential people in that photo, I said. Then I sent a picture of the birds and their peace and relaxing. I like being outdoors, so I sent her a picture from nature and the waterfall. So I'm sharing the pictures. I'm reciprocating what she's sending me, although I'm not with the bank manager or whatever it was, the CEO. She said, "Yes, your inner qualities are very attractive. It's just like magic. LOL. Of course, meeting like-minded people is not easy, especially online. In this world, if you take the population pool at 8.3 billion, even if you get to know or contact 10,000 different people in your lifetime, that's only 0.000012 of the ratio." And she says, "Yes, they are remarkable women and have always been a great example for me. It would have been enough if I could achieve even 20% of my aunt's success. The maternal aunt's life took a turn when she joined the Soros team. If you've heard of Britain's Black Wednesday, the raid on the pound and the shorting of the Thai baht, must be a currency, my aunt told me that if I hadn't failed on the Hong Kong dollar back then, Soros' name would have even surpassed Buffett's." So like stupid stuff. I don't care. I know the names and I know these people and they're super powerful. Soros like runs, you know, he's a lot in the background. He's not a good guy, I don't think either. But I'm not really, this is my comment back, I'm not very familiar with the financial side of history. You're very well versed in that, and I'm sure you will balance each other's knowledge out. You're very analytical and intelligent, and you've earned respect from me already. Not because of your status, but because of your character. That rules all. Right? Then she says, "My aunt told me it was once the pride of her life and made her a role model in her own heart. These words made me deeply feel with her passion and pride for the financial field. My aunt's success, experience, and expertise not only inspire me, but also make me firmly believe that under her guidance, I will achieve twice the result with half the effort. Miss Kathy Wood, the founder of ARC, is also one of her close friends, you guys. ARC Investments, right? Everyone has areas they're familiar with. Yes, I have always adhered to the teachings of my parents and aunt, aiming to make the most of what I have learned throughout life and share my success and experience with those in need. This in itself is not a bad thing, and I can provide some help for those who need it. Thank you for your evaluation of me. It means a lot. Indeed, I believe that we can serve as a bridge for each other in certain fields, and I can also enhance our mutual connection. If you are interested in finance, I would be more than happy to share some knowledge with you within the available time, which might provide you with a better understanding. Hearts emojis. I said, yeah, I'm familiar with ARK Investments, a stock anyway. I've seen short interviews with Kathy Woods. You have an amazing backstory, and your present story and future look good. You did not waste any ounce of time while in the States. She says she has invested full 25% of her personal assets in Bitcoin, and this is also Aunt's primary source of information. There used to be a lot of colleagues and close friends, so my aunt is able to get some good trading information from Kathy Wood. So I didn't buy into it. She offered to tell me information if I wanted, but I'm not asking for it. I'm just answering or replying back to what she says, and she's free flowing the information. I'm gonna pause it. As I say it, I read the next paragraph. In time, you can share your knowledge of investments with me. That'd be awesome. That's a lot of faith in Bitcoin. That gives me faith in Bitcoin. So maybe I did read into it a little bit. She said, I think the key that helped me succeed in the United States was learning how to leverage the resources around me, both strategically and with my feet on the ground. At the beginning, I focused on the basics, establishing stability, upgrading my skills, and developing a disciplined routine. Later, I became consciously reaching out to people and opportunities in networking, learning from mentors, staying active in communities, and building genuine relationships. In America, so much comes down to trust and consistency. If you're reliable, keep learning, and actually put in your work, the doors eventually open over time. I also have remained disciplined about my long-term planning and investment in education, health, and the future, because I'm always chasing more than just money. It's about being able to use the money to do something meaningful. So following my aunt's advice, I've also been setting aside a portion of my monthly passive income for charity to help those in need. Wow. And then she replies back to the sharing the knowledge. She says, haha, if that's the case, should I become your teacher? I've heard being a teacher is very hard work, and encountering disobedient students would cause oneself trouble. 3 laughing emojis. So a little flirty banter, I said, I'm not that disobedient. LOL. I'm gonna have to take a break from texting a bit. My neck is so sore from looking down. And it was. So this is 7:45 at night. And she sends a GIF, and she's like, I'm a strict teacher, and if you don't behave, I will give you some punishment. She said, yes, we should take a break, and I'm going to take a hot bath. You can't peek, LOL. Right? So just right back with the flirty stuff again. I said, don't tease me with the spankings, or I will be bad on birth. So do I want to read this to you guys? I said, I'm so jealous. I was thinking earlier about asking if you had a bathtub. I love bathtubs with Epsom salt. You enjoy that bath, and I will use my imagination, I said. And then she's like, haha, all right, I'm officially received the warning. Yes, I do have a bathtub. Bubble baths with Epsom salt are my favorite way to decompress. Candles are a must. Let your imagination run wild. I'm feeling very relaxed and extra sweet right now. So I'm going to do some skincare for my body and get ready to curl back in bed with a book. What are your plans tonight? Do you feel better after taking a break? So this is at 8:30 now. It's only 40 minutes since I said I needed a break. And in that meantime, I was making a video for YouTube. So that was my break because I was steady doing videos every day. This was like taking that time away. So I just made a video. But look what she says about the bath thing. And like, use your imagination, right? So I said, yeah, I love your bath ritual. Yeah, my imagination has run wild and I am smiling, imagining your skin is very soft. I made a video that I might post tonight. Yeah, I feel better after taking a break. I need to decompress sometimes and basically ground and re-energize. I do want to text before you go to bed. So she said, I'm so glad you enjoyed my little bath ritual. Haha, I'm flattered, but my student, let's keep those imaginations at PG-13 as we agreed. So she's the one that initiated, don't peek and all this and whatever. I'm really happy to hear you're feeling much better after your rest. That reset and recharge time is also underrated. Another video tonight? Now I'm getting curious, what is it about? You can definitely message me before bed, I'll be winding down. She said, when I saw your photo, I wanted to make a bold guess about your height and weight. And regarding your mention of being a Libra, is it September or October? So I tell her September, and I said PG-13 it is, Scout's honor. After she initiated all that stuff, right, and teased about it, every time, the video chat, oh, I'm getting all warm. I said, I make multiple videos a day, trying to post one or two. I made one about finance and taking advice from your friends. Not everyone has your best interests, just life lessons I learned along the way. As I'm trusting this person, right? So she said, my height is 5'5" and my weight is 119, and I was born November 15th. So what is kind of weird after reading this now, the Bumble profile said like 5'8", and on here she's saying 5'5". Oh, but the AI is like, oh, sometimes people just say that, right? So there's always some excuse. And I was using the AI the whole time to kind of help me out, but... So I said, do you want to guess mine or do you want me to tell you? She said, I'm looking forward to your masterpiece. Feel free to share it with me anytime. I want to watch your growth process step by step. Talking about the videos, which I never did share. She said, I never easily do things. I'm not sure. So since this guess is wrong, that's a bit of a problem. You better just tell me. I said, I don't think anyone has ever done what I'm doing. I literally documented in real time the journey and going through the dark night of the soul. Conquering triggers, learning lessons, finding the inner child, becoming whole and self-love, and not needing anyone to validate me, all in real time. It's quite a story and I'd love to share it with you. I tell her my height, my weight, and my birth date. She said, wow, this is truly powerful. You chose to document all of it in real time while most people would avoid the hard parts to hide them. You did the opposite, and I have a deep respect for that. The way you described overcoming emotional triggers, taking the lessons, connecting with your inner child, and choosing self-love without needing external validation is true growth. I'm glad you shared it. It's inspiring me as well. Let's grow together. That physique is indeed well proportioned and naturally radiates your confident side. I've noted your message, LOL. And she said, I'm getting ready to read for an hour. So that was at 9 o'clock. So I said, thank you so much. Enjoy your book. I'm the best version of myself and will continue to grow. I prove it to everyone online and I'll prove it to you. Both thinking and growing together. She said, at least one more identity with you. The important thing is to be yourself and gain your own approval first, then appreciation from others will come naturally. That's the finest quality and charm. Then she sends me a picture of her in bed reading a book. I said, I agree. I've established rapport based off poems in the few years. The videos just started since this new version of myself. You're so photogenic, it makes me smile ear to ear. Then I send her a picture of me at my house. So she said, indeed, you know exactly what you're doing and have set goals, being able to accomplish them with real actions, and you have a strong interest in new things and learning. Such qualities are truly rare. I know you're like me, smiling, so I give a casual smile, and your smile is great too. A smile can infect those around us and let the other person feel your current mood. Seeing each other smile sincerely, this is the attic. Oh, she was talking about where I live. I don't live in the attic, by the way. She said, your appearance is very unique, but your inner qualities are not something everyone can unearth. However, I happen to feel your excellent character, and this has sparked an even more greater interest for me to get to know you more. So I sent her a picture of my room and stuff, and I said, I agree with everything you said, and it's good to smile and truly contagious. Thank you again for the kind words. I can't even think how to describe you right now. I'm just mind blown by your intelligence, beauty, and expertise, and so much more. So she's like, I'm actually quite similar, just with different, because I showed her like these, I collect shoes and stuff. She said I collect handbags, so I have all kinds of them, but I'm becoming more interested in real estate. I like building something solid over time, so my long-term goal is to own more properties in the U.S. I don't like letting too much money just sit in the bank account being eaten away by inflation. I'd rather put money into things that actually appreciate and bring a sense of stability. I'm working towards that goal. I'm just becoming my authentic self. I value that very much as well. With the right person, there's no need to try hard to please. It's those small details, the consistency, and genuine heart that makes everything feel right. I said I like to express myself by the clothes I wear, uniqueness. Women and their handbags, I totally get it. Your mindset's truly refreshing to my soul. I am being truly authentic too. You have to be authentic self to be on this level. We're going to complement each other very well. Time will show. I definitely respect you, your work ethic, and intelligence. That's a big thing. So she says, yes, as you get older, you will change a lot and become more mature. Appearance is only temporary, while inner qualities are permanent. No matter what state our appearance is in, it will definitely age one day, but a good character is what truly touches people. I agree with that. Time will prove everything, and complementary people are the most suitable, which gives each other a lot of room to growth and development. By the way, what time do you think is the most appropriate for a first date? Then she said, I plan to deliver my work within these 2 months and give myself a very long vacation, a matter I have also discussed with my aunt. In the past 2 days, my aunt told me she plans to stay in New York City for a while with our company's headquarters located in Manhattan. I said all the facts of what you said in that first paragraph. We can't outlast Father Time. Regarding the date, honestly, whatever time works best for you. I'm flexible and want you to feel comfortable. Okay, sounds like a well-deserved vacation. She said, my idea is to give each other enough space and respect each other's wishes because, as you know, we both have gone through a failed relationship and neither of us is looking to rush things. We can take our time to get to know each other well, as time is the best answer. The first meeting is also crucial for me. I'll be returning to headquarters during this period, and once I've handled my work, I think we can have a proper first date. Of course, that's just my personal thought, and I'd love to hear yours. So I said, are you thinking months away? She said, it depends on the progress of things. It might be earlier or perhaps by the end of the next month or early March. So I'd like to hear what your opinion is, and in the meantime, we can make a good plan. I said, well, that's something I have to think about. I don't know about getting emotionally invested for months and months without even seeing that person. I will reflect on that. And she said, we went from being strangers to becoming familiar with each other, which takes time. I can understand your feelings. I just hope to give each other some time for better communication. If we truly love each other, I believe it'll happen sooner than expected. This is important, why communication is so important. I hope we can make a clear plan that makes both of us feel comfortable. I do believe a good relationship stands the test of time, but I also don't want us to linger without direction. I'm a loyal person and very cautious when it comes to feelings because I'm looking for something real and long-lasting. So for me, the key is intentionality. Enjoying our connection while staying honest and pragmatic with the next steps. For you, what kind of timeline meeting offline feels reasonable? So it's just more future faking, and she's everything I wanted, you guys. She wants to take her time, get to know each other. You know, when she said that 3-month thing, I was like, what? That's ridiculous. So I said, I really appreciate your honesty. I feel the same. I feel being intentional and enjoying the connection while staying real about the next steps. For me, connection grows strongest in person, not just through text, so I prefer planning to meet sooner rather than months from now. If it works with your schedule, I'd love to plan something within the next few weeks. Then we can enjoy the connection we're building and also see how it feels together in real life. She said, okay, the most important thing is that there's no pressure on either side. How about we agree at the end of this month? That way we'll know how to rearrange my work and time. I'm glad you're being so candid as well. I hope the period of time gives us a comfortable process of getting to know each other, just like these past 2 days. Let's keep it up. So what they're really doing is hooking you on that fishing line, and they want to postpone it as much as possible so they can get you in with your emotions, and you fall in love with this person. She said it about love and just all this connection. So I said that'd be fine with me. May I also request we do video chats every once in a while to maintain human-to-human moments. Of course, I look forward to getting to know you more. Everything has been amazing, and I'll need time to reflect on things. I'm also a deep thinker and might need time to consider your side more. What I'm meaning is your schedule, your work, and comfortability. She said, if we don't communicate and fail to reach a consensus, I do believe the most perfect idea will be put on pause. Yes, because I need to rearrange my schedule based on the current situation. I must bring up this idea, but what matters is that we solved it and have better expectations, bringing us one step closer. Of course, we can have video calls occasionally, which will also heat up our feelings. So this is what I'm getting at, guys. This whole thing at the end of this was about a video chat and not having one for some reason. But she's telling me right here, of course we can have video calls occasionally, which also will heat up our feelings. So future faking again, moving the goalpost down. You're thinking this is day 2 that we're going to be doing video chats along with this. So it gives you that sense of reality, and this person doesn't have anything to hide. So where am I? Let me just pause this. I lost my... All right. So I say I agree that having clarity and shared expectations makes things feel a lot more relaxed. I'm glad we talked it through and found something that works for both of us. It's totally normal to feel a little nervous, and there's no pressure on either side. We have a plan, and we'll check in on video calls occasionally, and we can just let things unfold naturally. So I'm going with the flow, you guys. And right before this, she said in a little paragraph, all I can say about the video calls, I'll try my best not to let myself feel nervous. So even just faking, I'm so nervous, I can't be on the video, right? This wealthy woman that works from home and probably is on video chats all the time. So I said, I really appreciate that. Oh wait, no, she says, yes, I completely enjoy the process because only when you express your inner thoughts can you know how good you truly communicate and find solutions. I'm not a selfish person. While considering myself, I also consider other people's feelings. I said, I really appreciate that. It's clear you put thought and care into communicating. I feel the same. I'm about keeping things balanced and harmonious. That way we can enjoy getting to know each other without burning out. So she said, yes, because in my view, when something is worth time and energy, I will go all out. Who knows what the future holds? I just cherish the present depth and authenticity. I like to understand others deeply and seek out truth and sincerity deep within our hearts. I value loyalty immensely in the relationship, and I expect the same from my future partner. I suppose this is a manifestation of, or a lack of security. If you know anything about the zodiac signs, you would know you'd have a very clear understanding of my behavior. Today is another beautiful day. I read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad tonight. And that was what was in her picture in bed. She's reading that book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Gotta back up the lie. It provides me with great inspiration every time. I don't know if you have a habit of reading, but we still have more time and opportunities to exchange our interests with each other. I said, I believe you about going all out. I really appreciate sharing your thoughts. I know all about zodiac signs, but not yours. Said I only got 4 hours sleep. So this is at 11 o'clock. So we're winding down now. She says, I believe that sincerity and effort, I can get a greater return, lol. Let's call it a night now. Keeping things happy and getting good sleep to face a new day. Good night. Have a good sleep and sweet dreams. Now she's sending gifts. We're sending gifts back to each other. I said that made me smile again. Yay! I'm looking forward to the rest and the new day tomorrow. Good night and sweet dreams. Full moon. The craziness comes out. All right, so that was day 2, and it ended at 11:11, which I made that happen because it ended at 11:10, but then I had to send the 11:11 Make a Wish. So that's day 2, and you see how things are escalating. I think it was from 6 o'clock to 11, so 5 hours plus there. Till my neck hurts, but getting all that future faking. She's talking about cooking together. Like my future partner, the Eiffel Tower, all that stuff. And I didn't really buy it. I wasn't like sold on it or anything, but just the way that this person or whoever it was communicates with you, you really buy into it. These are pros. They tell you everything you want to hear. And I should know better, right? Well, the red flags were there, and I was using the AI to help me, but here we are. So that's the end of day 2, part 2, and then the next one I'll start day 3. I think there's like 5 or 6 total, but there's lots of info packed in there, so I want to kind of do it in sections. So all right, you guys, stay safe out there. Peace.